What's up, YouTube? Still up. Snake River Stampede. Okay, decided to make another video, and I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna talk about books. I read a whole lot, and I think that Corey C. and a lot of other people I've seen on YouTube talk about college, and college is super overpriced, and it's kind of crazy. And if you just love, you just a lot of people's like I love, I don't like to read, and I actually was at a physical therapist like a year ago, and this big kid in. I mean, I'm not a very big guy. I'm like 170 pounds, 5'7", soaking, on a good day when I'm not standing on my toes. And there was this high school kid. He must have been like 230, 6'2" in there, and I was like, we were talking about books or something. He looked at me and he's like, "What's a book? You gotta open them up. Like, no one reads anymore. You gotta read." And I love getting my information off the internet, but it's not enough. You have to go to a library, you have to go to a bookstore, you have to go to Amazon and find a book and bring it. Um, Bring it to have it delivered to your house. So I'm gonna go through a couple of the books that I love that I've read, and it's just a small thing of them, and go from there. So the first thing is it's a Game of Thrones by George R. R. Martin. Now, I gave my other copy to somebody, and I haven't gotten it back, which is fine, because books are meant to be read. And so I just picked this one up just so I could have it, because it's so good. There are 4 books out of the 7 that he's supposed to write currently, written. The fifth one comes out in July, and they're literally, you can't put them down. I mean, if you like, deceit, murder, shagging, um, all sorts of crazy stuff, it is there. I didn't like fantasy books until I read this, and I still haven't found a fantasy book I've really liked as much as Martin. They're addicting, amazing, amazing, amazing. So, um, Adam Carolla, 50 Years Will All Be Chicks. I've seen Adam Carolla live. I met the man, and he's a funny dude, but he's funny in real life. So as far as we laugh at things that are funny, and we laugh at things that are true. Um, so he's really good at doing that. I highly recommend this book. He really makes you think about things. Um, Player One, Doug Copeland. Copeland has a lot of good stuff. His yeah, I've got another book I lent. He's the one that coined the phrase Generation X. Um, his other book is J-Pod. I've read that, and that's amazing. So get Player One. This one's really, really good. It's about like 5 people in a bar when the world goes to hell. And oil goes, like $900, a gallon, and it's just goes like where people aren't buying. It's just too expensive to buy in like an hour, and how people deal with that, really good. Um, Donnie Brasco, Way of the Wise Guy, awesome. True story. Look inside a lot of cool stuff about how the mafia worked. Wired for War, Robotics and Conflict in the 21st Century. I just thought they had like the Predator drone, like the main Predator drone, this thing like right here. That I thought that's the only thing they had, and they've got. I mean, look at that thing on the cover. The thing is crazy nasty. I mean, they got stuff that's controlled with PlayStation 2 remotes and Xbox remotes and things like that to be more you know out there for kids to kind of, hey, let's play a game. Um, but it really, it's scary, but it's really cool, scary kind of way. You're kind of glad we're kind of here. Um, a downer, definitely a downer, but it just goes to show you, like, what would happen theoretically if a EMP went off, or something really bad had happened and there was just no help. What would we do? The Road is really about. It's a downer, but it's very like intense at times, but it's a good book. The Rules of Life. This is by Mr. Templar, and you can get it at Pearson Books. I got this on my way to actually into Europe. Let's see, this Richard, looks like Richard Templar. Good book, just basic stuff, but it's a really, really good book. I like it. Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. This is an amazing book. It's about it, and it's funny. It's just, I like comedies and dark comedies. It's about the let's see here. What is it? He is the uh, what's it called? Like this is the devil's son's coming back to like reclaim the earth, but he gets switched to the hospital with some random kid, and so he gets raised up with a loving family, and he's like just a normal kid, he's like 7 years old, and he's supposed to destroy the world, and he's like whatever. He's like, it's such a good book. It's very well written. So I've got pretty much all of Chuck Palahniuk's books. My favorite one, again, I loaned it out to somebody, and I didn't get it back. It's called Choke. If you've seen the movie, the movie did not do it justice. Choke, awesome. Fight Club was exactly like the book. This one right here is Pygmy. Awesome book. It's hard to read at first. You're like, really? Is this? It's like, kung pao pow ping pong pong, and but it's an awesome book, really good. Invisible Monsters. This is amazing too. It's about a beauty queen that gets her head shot off, and she's still alive, but she's just like not who she used to be, and how she deals with that and stuff, and really intense. All of his books I've read are amazing. I love his writing. He lives in the Pacific Northwest here in Portland, and hopefully someday we can get to run into him. That'd be awesome. Max Barry is a great artist, or a great author. Which is art in my opinion, but he's an Australian guy, and he's written a lot of things like Jennifer Government. This is Company. Great author. Very funny. Very interesting perspectives on things. This one's just about company. Like you're almost like Dilbert, but in a grand scheme. Really interesting. And last one I got here is B.J. Penn, Mixed Martial Arts, Book of Knowledge. B.J. Penn is one of my favorite, jiu-jitsu guys, MMA guys in the ring, and sometimes outside of the ring. But sometimes I just don't like his attitude. It's kind of rude. I don't like the thing he says to hype a fight. You don't need to hype a fight, when you're B.J. Penn. I don't think anyway. But yeah, those are some of my books. I just picked up 2 books today. Ugh. Healing back pain. I've injured myself like 2 years ago, and I've been having like just pain like all the time, and it's just like there's nothing wrong with like the X-rays and things like that. And this book is really good. It's by Dr. John E. Serrano, or Sarno, and it talks a lot about the mind and how powerful that is and stuff. So if you've been having like lots of pain, and there's really like you've been to the doctor and there's nothing really wrong, like check this book out. Like it really makes sense to me, and I think it's gonna like work. It's weird. I got this one today. It's called Hard Sell, The Evolution of a Viagra Salesman. I think that this is, and it's just it's love and other drugs. Basically, the guy was out of college and got a job working as a salesman for Viagra, and it looks really interesting. I can't wait to kind of delve into this one. So that's all I got for you. I got tons of other books. As I come across other ones, I'll let you know. But that's like I just went downstairs, grabbed my books that I thought would be interesting, and came back up. So I hope all is good. I'm gonna try and hit the hay. Y'all have a nice night. Have a great weekend, and thank you for watching the Whiskey Tom Show. Cheers.